I think we'll do this as the final topic.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Mighty Number 9 at a later time.
Or we can just quickly say, it freaking sucks.
Mighty Number 9 in the trash.
I'm not getting it.
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
No. I'll just play all of the Mega Man games and all of those classic games in that vein. Or, way long before.
Or Azure Gunvolt or something like that.
Yeah,
any other game. You know what game will be freaking awesome? The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild!
Woohoo!
Ayanuma says that Breath of the Wild wasn't inspired by Skyrim or Witcher.
Get out of here.
Filthy Ayanuma, you flat out said that you were playing these Western RPGs and being inspired. And then when people are like, oh, like these ones? No, not the best ones. I was talking more about Spider-Man Web of Shadows. What were you talking about? Game Informer, one of the number one gaming published magazine in the world, based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, hoping to one day work there. It would be really legit, because it's like right next door to where I go to school, said, did you guys look at other games to see what they were doing? For example, Skyrim or The Witcher feel reminiscent of what you guys are doing with the open world genre. Ayanuma said, whoa. First of all, I think that many of the staff members do play many different kinds of games. Open world games, like you mentioned, but I don't think there was one game that we really looked at and said we want to make a game like this. Instead, like I mentioned earlier, we wanted to really expand on the world of Skyward Sword, and we kind of tried to think about what kind of cycle can we create in the game that really encourages continuous exploration, so that what came up was things like needing to cook and gather ingredients to eat, needing to procure weapons from enemies because they break, things like that. And there's a cycle of expending something and then procuring something. That's like, where's the next? A main important part of this game, and it was kind of drawn more from that than any singular inspiration. Which, I mean, I believe. I have no doubt that, like, inspirations came probably in the development studio from Witcher or Skyrim and stuff.
Yeah.
But it definitely does seem like their whole theme of this game is the idea of, you know, you're in the wild, you use, you create, you ebb and you flow. Very like Native American and stuff sort of thing, where it's just like they use the land, the land helps them, they destroy them, etc., etc. And I do like that it's not trying to be The Legend of Zelda Skyrim, The Legend of Zelda Witcher, you know, like it's trying to be its own thing. Once again, though, Nintendo,
I think it's a misleading.
Don't ignore what other people have said. Yeah, it's
misleading to say it wasn't inspired by Skyrim and The Witcher. I think that it's pretty obvious. There's like no way that they didn't see like at least a trailer or something for Skyrim and be like, holy crap, we want to make something that's like really open and big, kind of like this. Yeah. Or even seeing the Fallout 4 reveal, which this has already been in development for many years, I guess, before we saw Fallout 4's kind of like open thing. But, you know, like Far Cry and seeing the developments they did with that, with like the wingsuit gliding and all of that. I don't know. I feel like they had to have been paying attention. And like you said, they are playing those games. Staff members do play a lot of those different kinds of games. Surely it just naturally falls into that.
Well, the question is, like, was this game inspired by Witcher or Skyrim?
Yeah.
And his answer is kind of like, no, it was inspired by Witcher and Skyrim and Far Cry. Like he's like, it wasn't one game that we're trying to clone. We're just trying to make an open world genre game. Which hopefully like the staff played these games and stuff and takes notes. Because that's the thing is, it's like I hope Nintendo doesn't become too prideful in all this, where it's like, oh, because everyone else does VR, we're gonna do something so different. When it's like, no, VR is awesome. Like, go ahead and jump on that train, like, and make it your own. Make it Nintendo.
Yeah. Make
it whatever you want to do because you rock at integrating your hardware with your software. But go ahead and do it. And I hope the same thing doesn't happen where it's like, is this Zelda and Witcher? Oh, no, we're our own thing. And I hope they don't like ignore how amazing Skyrim is and how amazing The Witcher 3 is. And I haven't played the other Witcher games.
Well, I kind of feel like it's like, think of Paul McCartney's album New or something like that, where Paul McCartney or something or somebody like that is constantly listening to the new sounds that are out there, are being influenced by the modern day and what like makes a modern album. And then when he goes in saying, I'm going to write my own music, my own new songs, Yet he's taking little bits of inspiration and modern things from, but it's all his. It's not like he's going in there saying, I'm going to make a Justin Bieber album or I'm going to make a Rihanna album.
Or a Kanye album.
Yeah, I'm going to make something that's me, but it surely has to be inspired by the other things I've seen and experienced in my life. So I feel like, I think that Anuma and all those people on that team, like, they're very smart and intelligent and they know how to make a good game. I'm sure that every single Zelda game, I'm sure they've had inspirations from other, it's inevitable. And
that's an astute observation.
Yeah.
Before we close out that thought, the NX cartridges were mentioned in the patented documents for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, basically soft confirming that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild NX version and all other NX games will once again be cartridges, which we once again speculate that 3DS cartridges will probably work with the NX, and it'll be like all of that same base. GameStop also agrees, saying that they think the Nintendo NX will use physical media, hinting at cartridge use. They even directly commented saying that the cartridges will probably make it easier for people to resell their cartridges because you don't get scratches, they don't break. They're just little tiny cartridges. They can put them in a huge display like they have with the 3DS cases. Very, very convenient.
And actually, they did say, like, they confirmed Nintendo's not going all digital. They will still have physical media remaining with the NX. And so my only disappointment with this possibility is that hopefully it'd be nice. I don't know. I like the case size of, like, PS4 games, Wii U games. I like when you buy a physical game how large that is. The 3DS boxes I feel are about half that size, and you don't get as much of it's kind of CDs versus vinyls. It's just getting a little smaller. When I do like the bigger, like, even on a disc, being able to see
probably
the whole
like little Vita cases
design. Yeah, that's my only disappointment, is that we get smaller, more compact versions of those. It's like when you used to buy way back in the 90s, they had those, like, Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, like, little CD things. It was like one song, and it was on some crappy little speaker, but it had the album cover like in a really tiny thing. It was like, cool, hit me baby. But it's like this, it's just getting smaller and smaller. Everybody, I think, who buys physical loves to admire the artwork and the big size, as big as
or that Mario Party artwork.
Steelbook cases and stuff like that. You always like, and
which is weird. They have a steelbook version of Pokemon Sun and Moon only in Europe.
Really?
And it's like a steelbook 3DS game. It's very weird. Very cool.
I would love that.
I know.
They need to bring cool stuff like that. Yeah.
The UK has it all. I hate it.
It's our Nintendo of America marketing and sales people, like freaking Reggie.
Didn't they, like, just fire someone, or someone
somebody just left? Yeah,
just left. Man.
So hopefully we start getting some cooler stuff, because they need.
Bill, if you're listening,
Bill,
bring us some cool stuff.